Yeah, it's me. Well, back here with Fire Emblem 3 Houses, our little Azure Moon maddening route we've going now. I've done me some thinking about how I was rushing before with respect to people and like talking to people in the monastery, and I was like, oh, we gotta go fast, man. We gotta go fast so we can get through the thing. That's just because I was anxious about how well I was actually going to do with the fighting and stuff. And now that we've gotten up to a good sort of base with the fighting, and our characters are not, oh, that's not the thing where we can check their stats, and everyone's getting up in levels, and we're almost sort of suiting into our various classes, with the exception of Ingrid and Ash, but they're coming along. I feel like we can chill a bit, you know? And I was wrong to rush, because this is a story, and we should enjoy the story. We have a fuck ton of supports to do. Oh my god. So I guess we better start with those, because I don't actually know if it lets you, if support builds beyond the rank if you don't view the conversation. So I don't know if for instance I did something with Dedue and Felix that raised their friendship level. I don't actually know if it would be better for them if I didn't have viewed the conversation first. So we better do that, and we have a whole buttload. This is gonna take like an hour, but let's do it. And then we can walk around the thing. Oh, I shouldn't have done this one first. This is a terrible note to start with.
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah, he is, Dedue.
I don't see anyone else here, do you? You're that boar's lapdog.
I should get all the Felix ones out of the way, shouldn't I?
Spoken like a good pet. Why do you follow him with such devotion? Do you really think a man like that is worth it?
Do you not know what happened?
Fargus destroyed my homeland, burned it all to the ground, slaughtered my people.
The punishment of Dusker.
My father.
Yeah,
mother,
he knows what it's called.
my sibling. All were killed. We received no aid, no respite. Fargus murdered our dignity, our pride. His Highness is different.
And don't prove him wrong about the rest of Fargus too.
He's the only one who sees my people as human. He risked his life to save mine, and it is thanks to him that I no longer wish for death.
Does that change our minds,
That's
Felix?
what we call blind obedience.
No, it does not.
Would you give your life for him?
Yes,
And what if he commanded to join him in a senseless massacre?
I would do it.
Even a massacre of children, or the elderly, or your own comrades.
Without hesitation. You have misunderstood me. I am the sword and shield of His Highness. Weapons do not have a will of their own.
Blind obedience.
You said that already.
You're right. I did misunderstand. I shouldn't have called you a lapdog.
I should have just smacked you.
You're
yes,
a
that's
rabid cur.
probably the
You and
the
Boar
approach that
Prince
Felix
make
will
quite a
take.
team.
Yes.
Two crazed animals.
You know, he already said not to
I
call.
warned you not to mock
Yeah,
His
he did say that
Highness.
already.
I am aware you have a history of friendship with him, but one more word.
I've said my piece. Scamper back to your master.
Tell him to scamper. All right, well, that was the worst. I mean, obviously, Dedue is not all in the right for saying, yeah, I would totally massacre children and elderly for if Dimitri asked me to. That's fucked up. No lies. But holy shit, Felix, man, just like like even though he was furious, he like bled his heart to you, and you were just like, wow, you're an idiot. What's your deal, man? I mean, I know you have deals, but like, chill your shit. Oh, this is not better, actually. Should I save this one for the end too? No, we should get them out of the way, because I don't want to watch this happen.
No.
Good.
But
I'd have cut my way through, alone, without your assistance.
My apologies.
either of these are friendly supports.
Your apologies are empty.
They're very not. They're extremely full. Don't listen to her.
I spoke out of turn. I'm sorry, Dedue. His Highness has put his faith in you. You're a valuable comrade, no matter my feelings.
Wow, nice. So you're not even gonna say I'm gonna try to be better. You're just this is my excuse.
The people of Dusker.
Save your breath. There were countless people like you in the capital. People who spat. Insults and stones alike. Whenever they pleased. They're natural. I do not begrudge them.
I understand,
I see.
but
You owe me no apology.
doesn't mean you
And I will
should
keep
just
my
let it
distance on
happen.
all
Well, not
other
that's your
occasions.
responsibility, but
But on the field of battle,
shit. Why did I have to pick the two
allow me
most
to aid you.
awful ones to start
if you
with?
were to fall, His Highness would grieve.
I see. Then I will accept your help on the battlefield.
Understood.
She was not great just then, but damn, I mean, I guess she could have been a whole hell of a lot worse. She could have been Felix. I don't hate Felix, just so we're clear on that. He just, like you know how there are those characters in things where it's like, They want you to believe they're a tough guy, so they have them say some awful stuff, but then like immediately turn around and go, I didn't really mean it, so you still like them. Felix is not like that. Felix will say terrible shit and like not apologize for it ever. And it's just one of the things about him that he's gotta freaking work the hell out. And he will, but you know, in due time. Ah, this is gonna be much nicer, I bet.
This tent is torn. Can you please fix this one first, Ash?
Absolutely.
I bet he can.
Sorry.
He's gotta
I
be
should
gotta be
probably take
handy
care
with
of
this
it
sort of thing.
myself, But we'd be here until sundown if I...
No problem at all. I've had lots of practice with things like this. Happy to help however I can.
Dimitri's not so good with the finer points,
Well,
much like
thanks.
myself. I identify with that.
I'll fetch you something to make the job less of a burden. You like sweet things, right?
Well, yes. Sorry, no. I can't ask you to do that.
Ash, I told you, there's no need to act like that.
And yet,
I can't have someone from the royal family running errands for me. It doesn't feel
ah,
right.
you gotta get that mindset out of here.
Really don't
We're bringing in a
mind,
new
so
world
you
order,
needn't worry
kiddo.
about that. And while I'm being candid, I'd prefer it if you didn't speak so formally to me. We're supposed to be allies. We fought side by side as equals, haven't we?
If nothing else, think of it as an opportunity to practice communication and tactics.
I know.
If you have
But
to.
to commoners like me, you're royalty. Regular folks normally only lay eyes on someone like you once or twice in their whole lives.
And you've seen what that kind of
I
system does to
understand.
people, haven't
I
you?
ascend the throne. Perhaps I should do a tour of each city.
What?
There's the
no,
forward
that's
thinking.
not what I meant.
I'm at a loss. I wish to make things better, but I seem to only upset you more and more. That is certainly not my intention.
Aww.
Perhaps I should leave you be and take care of our shopping.
Please, I promise I'll go myself just as soon as I've finished with the tent.
Ash,
Oh, no.
Enough. Okay. I have a question. Answer me.
How are you
this.
gonna work through this, Dimitri?
I don't normally eat sweets. So what would you recommend?
Oh,
Hey!
well,
Tactics.
if price isn't a concern for you, then you should go for the sugar candies. The ones they make in town are really delightful.
Like a maple sugar candy or something? Ooh, yum.
Oh, Your Highness, please, you mustn't.
I like how it took him all of like 2 seconds to figure out what Dimitri was doing.
I'll go and fetch some.
Your Highness, please come back. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure these repairs get done.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think the actor behind Ash is Shannon McCain is the name. Such a bang-up job on him. So earnest and so pure and wears his heart on his sleeve through and through. Oh, Ash and Mercy. This has got to be sweet, right?
No, this isn't right. Now what am I supposed to do?
What's the matter, Mercedes?
I accidentally made this food much sweeter than I wanted.
I'll eat it. No
Let me
problem.
taste it. Yeah, a little sweet. What if we try adding a few spices?
Spices to sweet food. What are you gonna
This is delicious.
put sriracha sauce on a freaking apple pie?
My dad used to own a restaurant. I helped out a lot around the kitchen, even as a little kid.
Did he teach you to do that?
That's a lot of responsibility to take on at an early age. No wonder you always work so hard.
That's a good character
might
assessment.
learn
I hadn't picked up on
something
that.
if I watch you cook.
Well, no promises. I just have a little bit of experience, that's all.
It's not how I heard it.
You're great at baking cakes.
It's true that I'm quite good at baking, but I'm not the best when it comes to seasoning.
And look at that. All of a sudden we have a
Maybe
team
it's because
dynamic.
I don't like spicy food. It's tough to make food taste good when you don't enjoy it.
There's a
just
thought.
had an idea.
Don't eat it spicy food ever.
If the reason
That's the
I
moral
can't
of this
cook
of Fireman
spicy
3
food
Houses,
is
I
because
think.
I don't like it, then all I have to do is eat some spicy food. If I learn to like it, then I'll be better at making it, right?
I suppose, but you make it sound like that'll be easy.
No, maybe. What makes you say that?
No. None of that matters. Once I've made a decision, I
Screw
have to
process.
do
I
it.
got the right answer.
I'll make something spicy right away.
Oh, this won't end well. If I leave her to it, she'll make an even bigger mess.
Hey, Ash.
Ouch.
Which seasonings should I use? These ones?
Hold on, Mercedes. Let me show you. That
Good
one
thing we
goes
didn't have
best
to
with
go
beef, but
specifically
for stir-fry,
about which
what you
seasonings.
really want
Otherwise,
is
we'd have to
this.
make PNGs for them. Dog goodness and bonding. That's what we want from our supports. Felix and Ingrid while I'm at it. Got it through your goddamn head.
Oh, Ash. Are you here to study too?
I am.
Probably.
It's quiet here. Easier to
This is a sweet one.
concentrate.
These are sweet too.
It really is.
This is the Blue
Hey,
Lines
would you like to
experience I
study
want for my
together?
people.
We can help each other out if we get stuck.
Oh, yes. We'll
Teamwork.
get a lot more done working together.
Teamwork! Wow, that was like the shortest montage of them working together I've ever seen.
What's the matter, Ash?
This question's got me stumped.
If it's anything to do with
Stone's
quadratic
Attic
formulas, I
Castle is
cannot help
ready
you.
to fire at enemies outside.
What angle should be used for the shot?
Ah, trigonometry, help!
The is the same as those in Garreg Mach. Ignore the effects of wind.
Well, that
This is
should make
for
it slightly
defensive
easier.
Strategy, isn't it? Why is it so complicated? Don't you just aim and fire?
Aren't you, like, an archer?
It may help to focus on maximizing target accuracy to reduce your miss rate.
I suppose, especially if there's a battalion
Start,
going on.
Let's sort out the setup. Let's see. Using these ballista specifications.
Which we
if
don't
the
have to write out,
ballista
because then it would be
walls
awkward to
follow this
translate and
we'll hit
so
the
forth.
enemy lines, right?
Oh, that makes sense. Because the enemy line will be here.
Yes, here and there and
That's it.
various locations that we
now
will
try
not get to
using
see.
that same technique and applying it to this other problem.
If the
Boom.
walls are this high and the enemy lines are at that distance.
She's a
Ah,
prodigy.
I think I see.
Why do we need tacticians when we have her?
Wow, I didn't expect math of all things to be useful in a siege.
Yeah, well, hopefully you don't have to calculate that on the fly. You just have it
Numbers are
set
not
up
my strong
priorly.
suit, but this really is the sort of thing you have to know if you want to command troops.
A little bit of
That's
everything, I
true,
suppose.
But not everyone is good with numbers. That's why we have tacticians do these calculations for us.
Oh, hey,
Or
see,
prepare
that's
them
exactly what
before
she was
we go
saying.
to battle.
do it before battle.
A century ago, the Empire's
We're on the same wavelength, you and I.
mathematicians played a huge role in the Battle of the Wall of Fodlan.
I had no idea.
I didn't know there was such a thing as the
You
Battle
really
of the
know
Wall
what
of
you're
Odin.
doing, Annette.
She
You
does!
think so?
Definitely.
Oh,
You've
that was so
obviously done a
adorable.
lot of
Would you hear when she said
studying.
that?
I really admire that.
I have. Studying is a necessity.
Yeah, she was at a whole ass
Advantage
sorcery
over
school,
your
which I assume has some warfare tactics
But
involved, because
necessity aside,
in this
it's
world,
nice to hear you say
magic
that.
is like used in wars, among other things. There we go. Okay, I'm slowly starting to feel the like of Felix to do and Ingrid to do, just sort of slipping away now, and I'm feeling much better. Ash and Ingrid. Okay, despite what I just said about Ingrid, this one is actually also quite funny and charming.
Hi there, Ash. Here to do some reading.
And it
as
just
well?
leaves the library, and then Ingrid comes in and is like, books.
Ash?
Huh, Ingrid, you gave me a start. How long have you been standing there?
About 10
Not
seconds.
too long. Apologies for startling you. Must be a great book for you to be so deeply engrossed in it. What has you so captivated?
Trigonometry.
It's quite an old book. One of the really old legends of Fargus.
Ooh, do
It
tell.
must be the Sword of Kyphon then, yes?
Okay, nice.
so you
The only
know.
legend there is.
Oh, yes. I know it quite well. I read it often as a child. In fact, I read it so much that my personal copy fell apart. I brought it everywhere with me. I adore that book.
As soon as she said that, I happened to look up at my wall of Animorphs books here, all of which are mostly in tatters. So I know the feeling. Ah, great, now I can put it back. Shit, I should never have done that. Oh god, I just broke it even harder. Mistakes were made.
The tale of the warrior Kyphon, whose devotion and loyalty enabled his best friend Luke to become king.
It's funny, there's a lot of this stuff as
Great
in
lengths
Fodlan,
to see
especially, that
things
sort of leans almost like Celtic Welsh, nearly. In fact, I think Garreg Mach is... It's either a Scottish Gaelic or it's Welsh for the Far Stone, I think is what it's called. I can't recall. There's lots of Celtic stuff anyways in the... I mean, this Fire Emblem, and much like Legend of Zelda, likes to like mix mythologies and stuff. Which is why I find it funny that these names here, Kyphon and Luke, do not sound very... well, like Celtic or anything like that to me.
Exactly.
I'm not sure
I
what,
love the image of him charging
they were
forward
like would
into
come
the
from.
fray, ready to take on any obstacle in the name of his king.
Ah, they're geeking out. I love this.
He was the very picture
Perfect.
of the perfect knight. In my opinion, the best chapter is right around the middle of the book.
Ah, the part about the war of the eagle and lion? That's my favorite part.
Oh man,
In a flash,
I hate to
Kyphon
tarnish
saw
your
through
view
from
of that in the
sight.
future.
The knight parried the assassin's blade mere inches from the spine of his king.
Kyphon's blade
sounds
hummed
thrilling.
like the
I wanna read
wind,
it now, damn it.
slashing the enemy's throat. In mere moments, their forces lay vanquished, decimated by his mighty blows. I can recite the entirety of it if you like.
I believe you.
I never grow weary of that tale. The pinnacle of knighthood, with all its struggles and glory.
Somehow I
know
think
just
Ash
what you
got
mean.
something a little different
I'll
out of
never
it.
get tired of it. Some people at me for reading these old tales, but I'll never outgrow them.
Never do. I'll never outgrow
Someone
your
who
game,
shares
so
my enthusiasm.
I will be validated in not doing so if
I'm
you
glad
don't.
of it as well. Tell me, what other books do you enjoy, Ash?
Well, the first one I ever read was Lug and the Maiden of Wind.
Similarly, another Fodlan history book
You have fantastic
turned
taste.
dramatic.
That story is
retelling.
another favorite. The final chapter makes me tear up every time.
I know. When I first read it, I just couldn't get that ending out of my head.
It seems we have much in common. I look forward to chatting again sometime.
I'd love
I'd
to see a
love to.
book club
Yes,
of
let's.
Garreg Mach. I bet it would be who would join the Garreg Mach book club. So obviously these two would be like the founders, and then Linhart would probably get a kick out of it. Mercy likes like ghost stories, so maybe there's a bit of that going on. Is Marianne into books? I can't really remember. I don't think so, actually. Sylvain's into like theater and stuff, which maybe is not exactly the same thing, but Ferdinand would probably dig it. Oh no, Bernie is like likes writing fiction and stuff, so she would probably be down for that. Oh man, everyone else is already level 7, and we still have a lot of people behind that. Ugh. But at least it gives me some comfort that this is sort of where they expect me to be at, and we're almost there. Iggy likes painting, but he might be into fiction as well. Flane and Seth are into like kids' books and stuff, so they would probably all. Oh, Alois would almost definitely love reading and junk, so they'd probably all be in the book club. And I could see Petra going there just for like interest about the language used and all that. So in short, the book club would be prosperous here, is all I'm saying. Ingrid and Dimitri.
Thank you for sparring with me, Your Highness.
It's been a long time since I've seen so many of these.
I'm still no match for you.
I mean, 2 years-ish, but that's a long time for me because my memory sucks.
Thanks to all of your hard work, you're improving rapidly.
If you're going to praise me, it should at least be after I've won a match against you.
You
That doesn't need to be.
I may be the victor when we cross spears on foot like this, but on horseback, your handling of a lance is far superior. Can't I be allowed to have my own area of expertise?
No, I refuse. I must be better than you in everything.
Not allow that.
Oh my god, that's actually what he's gonna say.
Get stronger, to fight with all I have in defense of the kingdom and its people.
But you can't be an S tier rank in everything.
By the way, where did you learn that fierce jab of yours? I'm pretty sure the only other person I've seen perform that move is Glenn.
Oh, why? No, why
So
would...
he recognized it. Yes, he shared much with me.
Are you sure that was a good idea?
I never imagined I would be on
Bring
the
that up?
receiving end of one of his techniques again. Glenn and I once studied under the same instructor. I've sparred with him more times than I can count.
Yes. He was never short on praise for you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Lord Dimitri is incredible. Such skill. There's no way I'll ever outmatch him. Things of that sort.
Well now, he never said any of that to me.
No, I expect a man of Glenn's knightly pride wouldn't have the
he was
guts.
Felix's brother. That family's not big on displays of affection.
That too.
That is true. We spent about as much time arguing as we did training. I can't believe it's been 4 years since the tragedy of Dusker. Since we lost Glenn, along with so many others.
So it has. Time moves quickly. Things have changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the sorrow, I intend to become a powerful knight. A knight like yourself. And like Glenn. I will do so for the sake of
I
my
always find
homeland,
this funny
the
when
holy
I'm
kingdom of
trained
Fargus,
only in
and for
magic
all who
and
have
they say
died
something like this.
protecting
I mean, you're still a knight if you're learning magic, but
To that end, I hope you will spar with me again in the future, Your Highness.
he's always down.
Be my pleasure. After all,
DTS down to
I value
spar.
our trading sessions as much as you do.
Sweet. Things are leveling out. We had like a whole bunch of terrible, and then a lot of, oh, that's really sweet. And now it's just like, okay, friends, good. Oh no, never mind. I still had another Felix one to do.
Felix, there you are.
Shit.
I've been looking all over for you. Time for our tactics lecture. You'll be there, won't
Oh no,
you?
okay, this one isn't so bad, I don't
Those
think.
things are such a waste of time.
He's just being a
Nonsense.
grumpus.
You're going to be there.
Must I?
Why is
She
this
said
such a
so.
chore? You went last time.
She can set you on fire now, or I guess freeze you.
Though you did all you could to disrupt things, as I recall, brazenly rambling on about clear-cutting a nearby forest to secure a marching route,
Just with a sword.
and attacking an enemy base, stealing their horses. You were incredibly disruptive, and even rude.
I was offering my honest opinion.
Right, but
Then,
there's a nice
you
way to
left
do
before
that.
We were finished. What do you suppose
Lectures with
happened
him are a
after that?
chore, I tell you.
I have no idea.
Well, the conversation got quite lively. We all began breaking down the viability of your somewhat maniacal plan. And apparently, similar tactics have been used to turn the tides of historic battle.
Which is to say, stick around next time for the fun part.
Exaggeration. Successful armies must be able to handle unexpected situations. That starts with weapon mastery and creative tactics.
I think it starts with creative tactics,
If
and
you
if you
didn't
can
have
weapon
so much
mastery, that's
battlefield
good if your
experience,
tactics
you
aren't.
wouldn't be capable of such unique
up to snuff.
strategies. Which is why we need people like you. People who think creatively to lead the army.
Diversely,
Now you're
yes.
just massaging my ego.
When have you ever minded? We need you there. Just come on.
Yeah, she's been massaging your ego the whole conversation, my guy. At least he agreed in the end. Okay, it was a different Felix and Ingrid one that I was thinking of. Ingrid and Annie. Oh yeah, this is kind of funny and silly.
Hello, Ingrid. Can I have just a
Hello.
Sure. I can
Oh,
spare
I think
a
I skipped it by
moment or
mistake.
two.
I was wondering, do you have any interest in fashion and makeup and stuff like that?
Nope. Du-du-du-du-du-dum.
I time to bother with such frivolities. As long as basic hygiene is being met, then I'm happy.
And how do you manage that when we're
But
out
you're
in
missing out
the
on something
field?
So fun. I mean, It's not like you need it, of course. You've got beautiful bone structure, lovely hair.
All right, keep it in your pants,
Annette.
Annette.
But aren't you interested in trying something new?
Well, thank you. I suppose I do find it all somewhat intriguing.
Just not entirely
But My time
necessary.
is precious to me, and my focus is on knighthood. Taking time to paint my face simply isn't a top priority.
It would probably be kind of distracting if you were like, oh, I can't get dirt in my face, I have makeup. I'm surprised you're not wearing any right now, given how thick your eyelashes are.
Imagine if you could combine the two and become the most fabulous knight ever.
Yeah, for like a half hour before you get caked in mud.
Okay, maybe I'm taking it too far. I know knights don't necessarily need a ton of makeup or things like that for the job. I'm just saying, I really think you'd enjoy it if you opened your mind to it. All I'm talking about is a light
No harm in
touch.
trying, I
can
suppose.
see it
It's
now.
fun.
Your gorgeous face done up with
Damn
a
it.
delicate application of makeup. The fabulous knight who everyone looks up to and wants to be.
Well, maybe? I guess. That does sound mostly.
High praise coming from you.
Hey! Okay, we don't have a moment to lose.
You know, I don't think she actually said she was
Here,
gonna do it. She just said it
colors
sounds
and
well,
see
less
what
harmless
fits
than
you.
she thought.
Now, wait just a...
I actually got that little kit as a gift the other day, and I wasn't sure what to do with it because I already have that
Wait till you
one.
run out of the first one.
It's a limited palette, but I think it fits the look you're going for.
She's going for.
I actually never agreed to start putting that stuff on my face, Annette.
What? Oh. Well then, I guess this whole kit will have to go to waste. I'll just throw it away like the garbage it
Leonie
is.
wants to know your location.
You're throwing it away? I can't just stand by and let something go to waste.
No, no, no. That's not knightly.
Okay. All right.
We've been strong-armed.
Thank you. We can do this.
That's the
You don't
spirit.
sound like you're
Oh,
doing it to
and
enjoy
I'm
it.
happy to help you learn to apply it too. Come on, let's go to my room. I have some brush techniques before you get started.
Oh dear. 3 hours
Don't get
later.
carried away.
She played me like a damn fiddle! Well, that was fun. And now just Felix and Sylvain. Oh. I know some
Hey,
people
Felix, you free?
are
You don't look very
don't
busy.
like the
Let's go find some girls to chat with.
friends to rivals to lovers trope, but I think it's neat. It's a good ship. It's not the best one in the game, but it's a good ship. All right.
Chat with them by yourself. You're interrupting my training.
Hey, come on. Don't talk like that. How long have we known each other?
Long enough, if you ask me.
We only
Remember
know
that
each other
line.
because of our parents' friendship. I didn't have a say in it.
You never
Is that how
complained
it went?
before.
Huh. I remember it more like you always following me around. Whenever there was something wrong, like you lost to your brother, or you fought with Dimitri, you'd come crying to me.
And what happened when you'd fought with you? Would he go crying to
You were
Dimitri?
So meek and pure back then. Cute even. Like a baby brother.
That's enough.
You're saying the wrong words to him.
What? I said that's enough.
Hey, sorry. I just came to see if you wanted to pick up some girls.
Which you knew the answer was no, so I don't really know why you did.
Look, you've been getting on my nerves for years. I've tried to be patient with you, but I'm tired of holding my tongue.
Oh, you've been holding your tongue, have you?
You're reckless in your personal affairs and in battle. And you're always prattling on about women.
Well, if a man sees a pretty girl, he can't just let her pass by without commenting. That's just rude.
No, Sylvain. Control Z. Unsay that,
You're
my guy.
insatiable. Do you ever stop?
I'm with Felix on that
Because
front,
you're
but
so
also Felix,
weak.
you're being
You always see it
also kind of
training.
mean, and he obviously is not trying to be.
And you never consider
mean
how
to
your
you.
actions hurt others, or how you hold them back.
That's
That is
never
also
my
kinda true.
intention. Come on. You know me better than that. I'm not really... Look, if that's the impression I've given you, then I'm sorry.
Ugh. It's hard to see Sylvain get all tangled up in his overwhelming mound of masks that he's got in the back of his psyche. Just like, what person am I going to be today, and how will this ruin my personal relationships? I saw this.
Hero's relic.
Yes, that's the big old sword that Catherine had. It represents great power.
So, the stone within the sword. A glow of red.
Yes?
Oh, it is nothing.
It's not actually, but thanks for playing. Oh, journal. What do I have in my journal? Oh, wait, that's not journal, that's bulletin board. Unit appearance. Oh, right, well. We've already messed with that a bit, haven't we? Alright, that didn't actually take an hour. It took 27 minutes to do all the sports. I suppose. Ooh, shifty merchant. Hi there.
Things we can't obtain here are likely obtainable by way of the underground.
That's so.
Are you unfamiliar with Garrigmach's underground?
I'm not super familiar.
This is an absolute paradise for those who can't stay above ground.
Is it called the Abyss by chance? Not that I would have any way of knowing that. Hi, Shamir.
You spend too much time roaming the monastery.
Why? The explore button was right
If you're looking
there.
For something, try less aimless wandering.
Thanks. I was thinking about the enemy's
Do
objective.
you even know who the enemy is?
No.
You can't know why without knowing who.
No, but I might know what,
none of my
and that
business
might tell me who.
I'm just here to take care of enemies who get too close.
Fair enough. Sorry for arguing. Right, so when I'm a wyvern knight, obviously I want axes for that. I mean, you need axes for that is more what I meant to say. But I think it's always also nice, especially if anytime you're a mounted unit, to have a bit of proficiency with bows. I think tends to be helpful. There's nothing like being able to stay on the go while doing some range damage to something. And being mounted lets you do that. Hey there, Yuritsa.
You're skilled. Why won't you battle me?
Because you haven't asked? And you still won't ask? What's all this? Thunderbrand replica and a badge of graduation. Okay, well, a badge of graduation, I mean, so someone who graduated from Karakmok would not be a student. I guess it might be Catherine. And the replica would probably be Caspar, right? Because he's geeky about that. Unless it's Felix's. And he doesn't seem into memorabilia. Hi there, Felix.
Sending an assassin to the monastery,
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully
That's what their plan is.
Crossing blades with.
That's the spirit. I hope we can avoid
You're
bloodshed.
entitled to your opinion.
Goddamn, dude! Calm down! I'm entitled to my opinion to want to avoid bloodshed? You're taking the wrong stance. Oh, it's Raphael. Hi there, buddy. So, yeah.
I bet the enemy is using this assassination nonsense just to sneak in and raid the pantry. What do you think, Professor?
I think we can't rule it out. You may be right.
Oh, I'm right, all right.
I'm
My
right.
instinct is telling me that the enemy is after our best meats.
Well, then we can't let them get any of the bear, because that stuff's delicious. Hi, Dorothea.
Is it true you got caught in the fighting?
Yeah,
I'm so
it was
thankful
pretty
you made
wrecked.
it out alive.
Messed up. I don't know why I said
don't know
wrecked.
what we would do if we lost you.
You'd find a way. I'm more sad for all the civilians we had to axe. Oh, sorry, there's someone else in here. It's Edelgard. What's this? Oh, this will be Ferdinand or Lawrence's, but probably Ferdinand's because this is the Black Eagle room.
Oh, have you been tasked with guarding the monastery as well?
Yes, I think we all have. This is top
A
priority.
single letter. But I suppose the Archbishop's safety is too important to risk.
Meh. You know, you say that. But you don't seem, like, thrilled about the idea of protecting her. Or perhaps I'm projecting. Hey there, buddy. Understandably wary.
The monks declined my offer of assistance.
Oh, that's
They
not
said that
understandable.
No one from Dusker is to be trusted, especially now.
Especially now that we received an assassination threat from the Western Church. You know, the one that has zero connection to Dusker whatsoever, except the same kingdom.
Given the circumstances, I cannot fault them.
I can. You deserve it. Oh, all I have is my primer on tactics. That's unfortunate. Do any of these belong to you? I guess not. I can't give anything to make you feel better. Damn it. Ooh, and the golden deer is hanging around. Ooh, Claude is around here.
Talk of an attempt on Rhea's life.
More than talk. A whole letter.
Patrol. Could that possibly mean that Rhea isn't beloved by everyone the world over?
Yeah, I'm starting to think you and Edelgard aren't so fond of her, actually. Representing 2/3 of our continent.
I don't know who's to blame for all this commotion, but it's frankly a huge inconvenience.
I think I tend to agree.
Everyone's stuck on guard duty. Our study and training time has been drastically reduced.
Ugh. It's a hassle, ain't it? In fact, we're only gonna get 2 teaching sessions, right? I'm with Lysithia. This is nonsense. How could they do this to
It
us?
seems there were forces opposing the church, beyond Lord Lonato. I never thought such
Yeah.
forces could exist in this world.
No? It makes sense that the church has enemies.
I don't understand.
Well, if you don't know the answer to that, then I don't have the heart to tell you. Right, I gotta not forget, and I have things for Caspar, Lawrence, and Catherine if I run into them. Did you see that kid just went, what? Like when I ran by, like they couldn't believe I existed.
Eagle and Lion?
Yes!
It was the battle that won the kingdom.
Ingrid and Ash were just talking about it.
Even the Church of Saros had no choice but to recognize the courage of Lug, the King of Lions, who emerged victorious.
Fortunately, the King of Blue Lions, not to be confused with any such Zelda character.
The church awarded him a crown and the right to govern the Fargus region, backing him in his bid to found the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Well, that's
In return,
interesting, and I
Lug
really
agreed
care.
to make the Church of Saros the religion of his territory, and permitted them to publicly proselytize across the kingdom.
Oh, that's when it started.
In the
Ouch.
400 years since, the church and the kingdom have continued to maintain very close relations.
Now I'm starting to feel like maybe that was a mistake. Amiibo gazebo. I don't think I have any. I haven't got any Fire Emblem amiibos. Hello, someone's got a quest for me right over here. I want to know. Tell me. Oh, hi, Sedith.
I've been in town procuring some supplies for Flame.
Just like bags and bags of fish, I assume. Did you encounter any danger?
No. But do not concern yourself for my safety. I am very much stronger than I appear.
All right, well, so was Rhea, but we're still worried about her with the assassination attempt mentioned and everything.
I have something to ask of you.
A band of thieves has been raiding villages in the north of Fargus. Reports indicate that they have made an old tower their stronghold. Do you have any idea where it might be? Nope, I don't know anything about geography. I'm a wandering merc. But I'll see if there's anything glowing on the map. Ah, there's something sitting in the Knight's Hall. Well, we'll get our way around there soon. Hey, Ferdy. Oh.
Setting fire to the stables to distract everyone, to cause a commotion. It is the oldest trick in the book, but I cannot shake the thought that our enemies may attempt it.
Well, that's an idea,
I will stand
but
guard and watch over the stable and the knight's horses. They are truly magnificent.
that doesn't constitute an end objective, which is more our concern, I suppose.
Please, do me a favor.
Sure. I made a dreadful mistake and ended up with 2 of the same tea set. Now I must gift one of them to someone who can appreciate its value. Could you help me find someone deserving of such a precious gift? I could try, Ferdy. I think I know exactly who, what tea enthusiast of a noble bearing is interested in that. Speaking of, are these yours?
I was looking for this. Thank you so much.
Talk of the day, apparently, this tea business. Will you keep watch over those horses? I'm counting on you for that. Oh, hi, who is this? Confessional letter. It's right beside this big old horse here. I'm guessing this is Marianne's.
I've heard.
I'm sorry, what was your voice 2 seconds ago?
Late at night. They wouldn't happen to be from your class, would they? Please keep your students in line,
was it to do with messy red hair?
These days.
Kind of tall, because in that case, it might have been. Where did Marianne go? I actually want to go back and give that to her before I forget. Oh, she's still in this thing, isn't she? I found a letter that is not addressed to anyone, or except the goddess. It actually does have an address. That's the only thing that's on it. I don't really know why that was my choice of words. Never mind. Just take it, please.
Yes,
I'm already embarrassed.
mine. Thank you for returning it.
You got it, mate. Into the dining hall. Who's hanging around the dining hall this month?
Eddie, hi! I bought the ingredients for making some sweet treats I can't wait to eat. Huh? Oh, I know it looks like I'm fooling around, but I'm not.
No. Obviously, this is for morale and
Preparing
strength.
for potential battle during my patrol by making sure I have plenty of food I can eat while walking. Smart, huh?
Not gonna have to drive back to the dining hall. Good thinking.
I know. Once they're ready, I promise to share some with you.
No, I would consider it an honor. Hi, random person. Liddy, you doing all right there, buddy?
So sleepy. Too sleepy.
I could pick you up and suplex you into a table if that'll help.
An interesting book in the library. Got so caught up reading it, I forgot to sleep.
You forgot, you say? That's a first for you.
The coffins of the 4 saints in the Sanctum each have their crests carved into them. I'll need to
Is that
find a way
interesting?
down there to get a look.
Sort of seems like it would be par for the course. Well, I good luck with that. I mean, technically by the rules of the thing, I'm not allowed to let you down there. But I guess I can't really stop Linhart. Hi there.
Something in the monastery that someone might go after?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much here, I couldn't possibly name just one.
It's a good thing that we have so many students to use as meat shields for every valuable thing.
This here kitchen contains precious wares, wine bottles from centuries past and the like.
I suppose that could be.
It's fancy, but not very drinkable. I doubt anyone would go to the trouble of stealing it.
Well, I mean, you'd be surprised what people can sell. Investigation notes. Did they actually show up with any information? Oh, that's the only one I've got. Hey, Gerald.
What's the matter? You're running all over creation.
That's what I always do in the off days of Sundays.
You don't believe Lady Rhea is the real target, do you?
Not necessarily, anyways.
The knights have their orders. We can't abandon our duty to guard Lady Rhea.
All of you?
The goddess's rite of rebirth is an important event for the Church of Seros.
Right.
They say it's the day when the goddess will return to walk among us.
What, every year?
Not too likely, if you ask me. Best if you keep that to yourself.
Sure, I won't tell anyone that Gerald said that. Hear what Gerald said just now? He said he doesn't believe in God. Hello. Oh, this is Lauren's, right? Gotta be. That's why it's got the quest marker.
The goddess's rite of rebirth is the most significant ritual for the Church of Seros.
The most?
Could it be that someone has spread these rumors of an assassination plot merely with the intention to hinder the celebration?
Just a prank, you mean? Just a social experiment. Right, well, I've got a thing for you, my friend. Apparently, Ferdinand bought 1 extra. Oh wow, we didn't seem that was a pretty subdued reaction compared to what I was expecting. Thank you for your help, Professor. There's nothing quite like a tea party to brighten your spirits, don't you think? If you would like to get to know someone better, try inviting them to have tea with you. Oh, I've unlocked tea by the generosity of Ferdinand von Eyre himself. Well, thank you very much, but also I need to spend the activity points on motivating everybody so that I can teach them stuff. Oh, do I have bait? I do not have any of these items. Hey, Manuela, what you staring out at the water for?
Professor, I hope you're well.
Well enough.
As for me,
Did just murder a bunch of civilians, but I'm feeling pretty chipper.
Specimen of a knight.
Hmm.
Now he's suddenly not in the mood to see me again.
Can't imagine why.
I blame all these rumors of a deathly figure showing up in town. Such
Ah.
an uproar.
So you think they
must have,
fled town?
Beyond reason, drawn his attention away from me.
That's how it goes sometimes, you know. Rumors of a whole ass Grim Reaper walking around and then it turns into a nasty breakup. Especially if you're the one dating the Grim Reaper.
Maybe.
Hey there, you're maybe worried?
It would be terrible if the greenhouse was targeted.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
plants
so
in
there's
here
a
are
wide
incredibly
variety of
valuable.
things.
This place contains the heart of Garrick Mock's 995-year history.
I don't know the heart of a church is a garden, but
So many beautiful flowers.
it's important. I follow your
Plants
point.
that can save or end lives. They are all my precious children.
Ah, so you're not just any old monk. You're also a greenhouse keeper, I guess, just like this person. And speaking of, can I take my plants, please? And do any of them have? Aw, no perma buffs for Wampus. Oh my God, you get lots of grade. What is it called? Not grade. That's Zilia or Hills. Professor level for that. Oh, we have flower seeds. The flower seeds, by my recollection, are where you get the most. They're what you get the perma buffs from. But obviously, that's only much more likely once you have the higher cultivation methods. Regardless, no harm in planting them now. Although if I had done other activities, I might have been able to get my professor level up to D+, in which would let me plant 3 things today. But whatever. There's no need to micromanage that hard. We'll survive somehow. I haven't even spoken to Dimitri to get the quest that where we start learning about things around the monastery. Hey there, Bernie. Are you doing okay in there?
Hi.
Hi.
Right now is, well, right now is okay, I guess.
Okay.
If you, want to chat a little.
What if I want to chat a lot? Didn't I see you in the dining hall last night?
I get hungry sometimes, like anyone else.
That's not something to be ashamed about.
Night is bad for you. There's no way that's true. Wait, really?
Well, only if it throws off your schedule, if you ask me. But you do you, man. I'm not gonna force you to go out in the day if it triggers your problematic areas of your memory. I'm very good at speaking to people. Let's head to that reception hall. There are a few more people there. Actually, let's head to the Knights Hall and just get that quest from Dimitri, so I can stop being like, oh, I wonder when I'll get that. Hey there, Dimitri.
The enemy's aim lies elsewhere. We had better discern their true intent quickly.
I suppose you're right, but there's only so much we can do if they're not actually here.
Our best option is to explore every inch of the monastery.
Well, that
We
works
should
as well.
also speak to everyone here. Let's plan to compare notes once you've got a lead.
Will do.
Will you do me a favor?
I will try. We need to know the enemy's motives so we can adapt. Let's talk to people around the monastery and see if we can learn anything that might lead us to a clue. Sure thing, Dimitri. As yet of all I've got are maybe plants or maybe wine. Hey, Tomas.
I hear you have fought alongside Catherine.
I did. I mean, she broke her sword. It was kind of embarrassing, but...
Had you the chance to witness
yes.
her
Let's say yes.
Thunderbrand, glowing red.
And then subsequently not glowing red anymore.
Her blood contains a crest that harmonizes with that hero's relic.
That is how it works, after all. Ah, and this is the thing about the Western Church, is it not? Thieves intel. Warning for anyone heading to the Conan Tower. It seems some thieves have made the tower their hideout. I said it's gonna want to hear about that. Here you go, mate.
Well done. You have my thanks.
And you have my welcome. Conan Tower. Yes, I suppose that would make a sensible base for a group of thieves. I will use this information to investigate the matter further. You have my thanks. Cool. Wait, did I get a present from there? I can give presents to people. Oh, I got a coin. You gave me a coin. Flip a coin. Here you go, partner. There's for your troubles. Ooh, isn't this where Hilda was standing last time? Use bottle of perfume. That sounds like Hilda. Ba, ba. Ooh, tea. Yums. Ooh, I haven't replenished my battalions, have I? Let's do that. For like 30 gold or whatever.
Farewell.
Ooh, do you have any new ones? Or I guess that only happens when I get new, a better professor level, doesn't it? Oh, what's this about? Ooh, that could be, it's only one use. I like the ones that have 2 uses.
Farewell.
See ya. Hey there, Geekkeeper. Anything to report by chance?
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Well, that answers that.
The goddess's rite of rebirth is this month, right? The monastery gates will be thrown wide open on that day.
Ah, so it's open to the public.
As a guide.
They probably already
Hope
said
I
it like
get
a million
to guide
times.
Some lovely ladies around.
Right. God, you just left that off there instead of resolving the conversation in any other way. Wow, Ingrid, you are just really acting as a roadblock, aren't you?
Professor, While the investigation is important, don't forget to make time for your training.
Oh, I haven't. Believe me, I still don't know how to use an axe at all, and I need to.
If we have to battle and cannot win, all will be lost.
Yeah, it will, won't it?
We don't know who our enemy is.
This person knows what we're talking about.
We must be prepared for anything.
Mm-hmm. And we will be. Don't you worry. I've been shoved. I don't really know why. It just tells you where all the quest things are anyways. We just gotta... Oh, Hilda, but speaking of, I've got a thing to give you.
On the last day of the rite, the monastery's open to the general public.
I did after Gatekeeper told me just now.
It makes the place feel like a festival.
I mean, it kind of is a festival, isn't it? In some sense. This is yours, isn't it?
Found it. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart.
Anything for my friends. Mate, buddy, pal. Yes, Vane.
No classes on a festival day. I thought I'd get to spend all day relaxing in the company of some lovely ladies.
Are you saying you don't want to learn how to do magic?
Hey, Professor. I know there's talk of an assassination attempt, but do you really think they'll do it on the day of the Rite of Rebirth?
Well, there's a lot of commotion, so it could be a good chance.
Or some other time. Is there some reason why it has to happen on that day?
That's a good question, to which the answer is most likely. But we don't have to worry about that if we can catch them beforehand.
To stop murdering is my specialness. No, my specialty.
I think it's your specialness too. Well, I'm glad. I'm sure that'll be more than enough. Is Mercy over here? Hi there. Absolutely horrible. Hang on, I think I probably already have a screenshot of this, but boop.
The monastery holds many treasures. Maybe the enemy is after one of those?
We know, but we figured that as much, but which one?
From a church is just horrible.
It's a little messed up. Although, granted, so is the church in this time world. Hey there, Caspar. Jeez, it's about time I've seen you.
Oh, hey, Professor. I was just reading this letter from my father.
What's it say?
Do you know him? He's a pretty big deal in the Empire. He only writes to ask how my training
barely
is
even
going,
been to the
how many
Empire.
monsters I've killed, stuff like that.
Wow, yeah, just the boring stuff. Do you know about the fighting tournaments here at the monastery? I hear anyone can get involved. Oh, I know. You and I should sign up, Professor. Together? That's like a tag team duo? I don't know. That's a great idea. Is this your toy?
Definitely mine.
Great.
You really saved me with this. I owe you one, Professor.
No problem. But if you really owe me one, do you think you could? Is there any way you could convince Sylvain to get off his ass and learn magic? No, I'm joking. Sylvain's a model student. He's doing his damnedest. Hey there.
Do you know what this room is?
The treasure vault based on the speech bubble above your head.
I say treasure, but I do not mean silver and gold and jewels. It mostly contains weapons, artifacts, and the like.
Well, those are still
anything that would cause
pretty traditional treasure.
Should it be stolen? No. The church knows better than to store anything too valuable in such an accessible location.
What about the pantry? It's right smack dab in the middle. I love this. This is super menacing. If you try and go to the graveyard, it says, "You don't have business here. Yet." Could there be anything more ominous? An artificial flower. Oh, well, that'll be Lawrence's, right? Who else wears artificial flowers? Here you are, though I will say, I'm giving too many things to you that you will like. It's starting to get on my nerves. You'd think after giving all these presents you'd stop being the worst. Oh, I could do a tourney now, couldn't I? Ooh, the sword tournament's today. Oh, is it the only one we get to do? Well, we want to send Dedue into that, don't we? It's either going to be Dedue or Felix. Does it raise their motivation? Let's send Dedue. Why the hell not? It's not the end of the world if we lose. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to handle it, though, because man's got defense for days. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Get him! Get him! Oh, man, I really forgot to change your costume, didn't I? Unless it always puts you in this costume for doing the training things. Oh, man, they can't lay a hit on you. Skip it. Give up, man. His defense is too good. There are only 5 rounds you have to do, I think. Oh, I was about to say they're probably going to start damaging him at some point, but not a chance, man. It's too hard to hit. Ah, here we go. Someone who can actually deal damage. I will say it's not at all fair that they get to start at max health every time and my health carries over. That doesn't seem like legit.
Sufficient.
There we go. Nice one to do. It was more than sufficient, my guy. You're barely even scratched. I think this is the final, so we may as well just heal up anyways, just in case Calamity should strike. And we miss a whole bunch. Or something awful. Not that Dedue will miss, because this man is bonk.
Incredible with you.
Nay, 'twas with the man himself. Ooh, a steel sword plus. Nice. Generally, I haven't been found... well, I'm glad you convinced me. You know how fighting tournaments work, right? One-on-one fights, one after another. Each month there are different tournaments. I can't wait. It's gonna be pretty damn exciting. Man, I love how he just gave me like a whole ass chicken for that. I forget what I was saying about the tournament. Oh right, no, I was saying about steel weapons. I don't use very much in this game because it goes training, iron, steel, silver. Basically, is the general hierarchy of things, and they sort of have an upward trend of getting heavier, but also doing more damage as it goes along. Which heavier weapons, especially on the harder difficulty, is bad because then it makes you real slow and you get double hit all the time. Like I'm using training weapons all the way to the end sometimes. But the thing is, the steel swords, they do less damage than the silver swords because they're like a tier below, whatever you want to call it. But they're also heavier. The silver weapons are lighter, so I usually just skip iron or skip steel and go straight to silver if I can help it. And even then, a steel is not that much better than iron, so it's not like you're missing out on tremendously if you don't use steel weapons for a long time or whatever. An owl feather, nice. I can give those as presents to anyone. What was I about to do? Oh, I totally forget. Let's head to the cathedral, I suppose. Talk to everyone who's around here. Ooh, are there any troubles we could do that I could do a little better than last time? Because last time was kind of sad. Hey.
About 20 or so years ago, there was a big fire in Garreg Mach.
My dad was there.
On that day, Captain Gerald.
Oh, you know,
missing.
okay.
Everyone thought he was dead.
Not so.
It never occurred to me that he might actually have survived. The truly strange part is that in all those years, he hasn't changed a bit.
Don't commit too much thought to that, all right? Promise me. 2 notes. It's my lucky day. Who is this, Lawrence? If I told you I was searching for someone who might like to share a cup of tea with an elegant noble, whose name would come to mind? Ferdinand would be good company. Come on, these two are like... these two even have supports? Because, like, if not, they really, really should. Oh, they do, okay. There's no A there, but just a few. I can't even imagine what that would be like. Who else is it? It looks like Ingrid, I guess. I want to make someone change his boorish behavior, but he doesn't seem to care no matter how much I urge him to reconsider his actions. I'm at my wit's end. There's probably nothing you can do about it. It's probably time for your professor to step in. Teach him a lesson with your fists. You know, actually, I could see any of these being the one. Ingrid doesn't want to hear that. She wants to do it herself. Teach him a lesson with your fists. Okay, I probably should have figured that wasn't the one. And probably just should have said give up because you've been trying for your whole life, basically. People don't understand. You're absolutely right.
People seem to think that all the knights of Seros are equal. But that isn't quite so.
Oh, so you were talking, they don't understand the actual clerical logistics of this thing. I understand.
For example, there are squires who are training to become knights, as well as full knights, like myself. Oh, and then we have the holy knights, such as Catherine. Those are the knights that can wield a hero's relic.
Are there many of those? Because I don't know, I didn't think there were many hero's relics. So wait, does that, if you can wield a hero's relic, then you have a crest. Does that mean only people with crests are allowed to be the holy knights? That's kind of, well, I shouldn't be surprised, but that's ridiculous.
Is in the sky. She lives on a bright and shining star.
That sounds like it would be terribly lonely and hot.
See that star? That means she can't protect Fordland. That's
oh, what a fun origin myth.
The day when her star returns to the sky. That's the day of the rite of rebirth. See? See? I've been studying. I know just about everything.
Well, you can't argue with that. That makes plenty of sense. Is that Hubert I see staring out into the void? Speaking of what? I didn't speak of anything.
Can you imagine the Archbishop being murdered?
Vividly, yes.
Not to consider such a gruesome scenario.
Neither would I. Frightening thought.
That easy to get under your skin, is it?
Yeah, the thought of murder generally does get under my skin. And I should know, man, I'm a mercenary. Stuff's not fun. Looks like Iggy's over here. I would like to hear your thought.
Preparing for the goddess's rite of rebirth this month? It feels like everyone's a little on edge.
No doubt. And who's up here at the front? Oh, it's Ash. Oh, Ash is probably still not doing exceptionally tremendously well. At least we had a bit of levity with him and Ingrid and stuff, but, hey, buddy? Do you want to talk? Is talking gonna help? Hey, can everyone give some space, please? Clear out.
I can't stop thinking about Lonato.
No, I
Sorry,
expect
Professor.
not.
I know this isn't the time, but I just can't get past it.
Don't worry about it. Sylvain will take over on the healing for a bit if you need to chill. There's nothing to be done.
Thank you. No matter what happens, I promise you I'll do my part.
That'll be more than enough.
Sister, who were living in Castle Gaspar. Thankfully, they're all right.
Well, that's a relief.
I was worried because they're both so young, but the church in the castle town offered to take them in.
How good of them.
That much, at least, is a big relief.
I would agree. Would you like a feather?
Wow, I can have this?
Yes, you can. You're my favorite human. Okay, bye. And is Alois up here guarding? I seem to remember this time. Oh no, it's not. It's the Knight of Seros. Hi there, Flane. That was the weirdest inflection I've ever said in any sentence. Hi there, Flane.
Professor, I am afraid I have acted a bit childishly toward my brother recently.
No kidding.
Given the circumstances, I requested that he provide me with some candies.
So it wasn't fish.
Silly of me, really. The timing was improper, and I regret it very much now.
And he seemed to take much pride in going out and getting you stuff, so I wouldn't worry about it.
But more importantly, this place is off limits, Professor.
Even to me?
It is only open to the public on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
I see. Okay, well, I'll come back then. But I do want to know what's over here. Mysterious notebook. Someone who likes telling jokes, is it? Ah, Alois was here last month then. Hi there.
On the day of the rite, the monastery will be open to the public, including the Holy Mausoleum.
That sounds like fun and an event for the whole family.
The Holy Mausoleum is where the tomb of the divine Saros lies. There she slumbers, eternally.
It must reek down here then.
Pretty much all that's in there. Just an ancient coffin.
I thought there were multiple.
Sealed with a powerful magic to protect against would-be grave robbers.
Well, that could certainly be a target. And who's hanging around outside here? Is it Eloise, perhaps? Ah, so it is. I found your notebook of jokes.
Have you visited the Goddess Tower?
Not yet. I don't think I'm allowed.
It's used for rituals and the like. In general, students aren't allowed entry. But
Ah, well, never mind. I loophole.
That rule just excites their curiosity. Some have even tried sneaking in. Well,
and how did that go for them?
For this month, that kind of behavior is totally unthinkable.
Except for those particular rascals.
Lots more security. What with the goddess's rite of rebirth coming up.
Right. God's Tower could also be a target. Is this yours?
Oh, this is mine.
Ah, good.
I thought it had vanished. Thanks. I owe you.
For a second, I was worried those were Dimitri's jokes, and I was nearly traumatized. Is there anything in the well? Oh, sometimes there are good little ores and stuff in the well that spawn. Maybe it only happens once a month or something weird like that. Ah, Cyril's hanging around in the second floor dormitory. Let's go say hello, shall we? All right, here, okay. Hi, Cyril.
Excuse me, Professor?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that Lady Rhea is always real concerned with you.
You mentioned that.
She expects great things, I think.
Ah,
Please
pressure.
don't let
Good.
her down,
Pressure.
okay?
Great. Pressure. I love pressure. Pressure good. We'll see.
You know what? I'm watching you.
Oh, more pressure. Good. Someone in the library, perhaps with a bit of intel for Miss Byleth. Or Miss Eisner, or whatever. We just got to fishing. That'll put me up in professor level, won't it? Oh, that's all? Damn it. I was hoping to have more teaching points. Ah well, let's keep gathering these. It's been a while since I actually been excited to find these things to get my professor level up.
There are numerous
hey there.
books in this library that you cannot find anywhere else. But
that's so. You'd think there would be some kind of magic duplication spell, or like printing spell.
Go to the trouble of stealing one. Sometimes Seteth will dispose of books that are deemed inappropriate for the monastery. But that's about it.
Good information control.
In a way, I suppose that makes those particular volumes more valuable, right?
The disposed ones that are no longer here? Yes, that would be a terrible target thing for them to target in the monastery. Hello there.
Boy who assists the Archbishop. Cyril, I believe?
I know, he just gave me a hassle for no reason.
Originally from a foreign land to the east called Almyra.
I hear the
know
same.
He's still only a child, but I do wonder about his true intentions.
Why? Just because he's from You're the problem. I'll have none of that racism bullshit in my classroom. You're fired from my class. I don't care if I was teaching you or not. Someone in a classroom here. Could it be Manuela? Oh no, Sonoman. Ah, Crest Analyzer. I hear about fellow Byleth investigated the Crest Analyzer. What could this crest be? It looks like part of mine. Hey there, Hahnemann.
Unbelievable. What a terrifying story.
The letter, you mean?
However, an assassination attempt on Lady Rhea is doomed to fail.
Yeah, I suppose it could. There are more likely things that could happen.
Different than simple assassination.
We think it may be a distraction. It was Dimitri's idea. I never would have thought of it.
The priceless objects in this room could perhaps draw thieves. However, there's no one but me who could make use of them.
And who would even know about that, really? Not to dunk on your reputation or anything like that, but just I don't think anyone's gonna know that in this particular room there are useful tools. Seems improbable to me. Catherine, finally, I found your thing.
Best keep your distance.
Okay.
In this nervous state, I might just cut you down.
Please don't.
Oh, come on, I'm only kidding.
You didn't sound like you were kidding. I'll just gingerly pass you this badge of graduation from all the way over here. Is that good? Throw it to her like a lion in a cage. Ah, good. That's a load off my shoulders. Hi there, Monk.
Those Abyssian idiots. All they ever do is cause trouble.
Really?
We'd best purge the entire underbelly of Garrett Mach.
Well, we can't do that until I buy the DLC, mate. You're gonna have to wait. And this has got to be Rhea hanging around up here. You're grateful?
Might you have come looking for me because you were worried about my safety?
Let's go with that, sure. I was worried.
I'm quite all right.
but your concern means a great deal.
Don't let it go to your head. Actually, what can you teach me? Oh, you could teach me magic and stuff. Oh, I'm not gonna be doing magic as a Wyvern Lord. Ooh, I should do some faculty training at some point with someone to get my... Because the faculty training teaches you way more than you teach the students, because you get to do it much less often. So I could really jack up my axes. I suppose Alois knows axes, and Shamir knows bows, so I could jack up both of those things if I wanted. And Sedith knows flying, so I could get a head start on many things. In fact, I kind of have to do that to get into that, because there's no other way, because I can't teach myself flying. I could go to a seminar, I suppose, but I should probably do that sooner rather than later if I want to get to the flying. But I guess that class is a far ways off anyways. And who's in here? Leonie! Last person to talk to, I think.
Did you hear?
Have I heard what?
A knight wielding a scythe is roaming around town at night.
So I heard. That's why Manuela thinks she got broken up with.
I'd like to get the measure of him.
Wow, real gutsy. I don't want to see him ever. So what pieces of intel do we have? A summary of Animan's research testimony. It seems others cannot use his research tools. Sorry, I said research testimony because I can't read. A summary of Alois' testimony. It seems there will be increased guards around the Goddess Towers. That's not likely. A summary of the Knight's testimony. It seems the Holy Mausoleum will be open to the public for the rite. There's nothing dissuading them from that. A summary of the priest ceremony. Apparently there aren't any valuables in the treasure vault. A summary of the Knight's testimony. Apparently there are items of value in the kitchen, but nothing worth stealing. Well, you don't know. People are weird. A summary of the monk's testimony. Apparently valuable tomes can be read without the need to steal them. There's a thought. A summary of the monk's testimony. Apparently the plants in the greenhouse hold intrinsic and personal value. Well, way to downplay that. I think the most likely ones are the mausoleum and then the greenhouse. Not that I don't already know which one it is. I'll give you a clue. It ain't plants.
Let's see.
Hey there, Dimitri. I think they're trying to steal bones.
Thanks for your help.
We seem to have narrowed down some of the enemy's possible objectives. I wonder if our conjecture is correct. I suppose time will reveal all. Well, that's a pretty relaxed way to talk about it. When a minute ago you were like, we need to figure out who did it. Alright, well, that's done.
There is something that the church values above all else.
The mausoleum.
On the day of the rite, it will be open to the public. That will make gaining entry far easier than usual. You know the place of which I speak.
I sure do. The pantry. Nah. Holy Mausoleum.
Yes, that is the most likely possibility.
Seems that way. What could they hope to steal but bones down there, I wonder.
Planning to target the Holy Mausoleum.
Yes. Should we warn someone or just kind of keep that to ourselves? Cool. Got it. Alright, that's all the talkity yakking out of the way. I've still got 2 activity points. What are we going to do? We could eat with someone and then, maybe I should just do some faculty training for both of it. Or how is everyone's motivation doing? Actually, I should check that out. Ooh, I should definitely motivate people because we only have 4 we could teach at the moment. I'll do 1 meal and then 1 faculty training. Who shall I dine with? Mercy's a little behind in her axe work because she has a natural weakness to it. And really, I should have her focusing all on axes for that reason. I don't know why I wasn't already. So I'll try and take Mercy and Deduce doing alright with his swords and bows. So maybe Mercy and Sylvain. And then we can see about getting Sylvain up to C rank with his faith. My gosh, that'd be pretty dope. But first, let's go do that faculty training for me to learn how to fly. Because like we can learn axes and bows by ourselves a bit, slowly, but
I've been in town.
This is something we cannot do. Fly. Oh, and I already have a bit of flying. Where did I learn that? Did I go to a seminar, I guess, that would have taught me? Alright, so, give me 20. Oh, and it was great, so I did it even a bit more.
Practice yields results.
Practice yields results. That's how practice works, yes. And let's have a meal with, oh, shoot, I probably should have made something over here, right? We can do that next week. Or no, I guess I'm going to be training next week. Man, we're going to have lower stats than I would want. Head Chef Challenge. A dish created for the Head Chef's Challenge using unknown ingredients. Luck will decide whether it's delicious or disastrous. Sure. That sounds like fun. I know very few of the quotes for people that when they're not eating their favorite foods, because I almost always would do it that way. So maybe we'll get some for ones they don't like, and I've never heard it before. What do they got? Oh, what she has looks kind of spicy.
I realized
like
that
she wouldn't
after I
like
got
it.
to the monastery, nobody in Fargus knows how to cook.
Well, that would fit right in then.
Have tea together after our meal.
No, neither of them seemed upset about that. They only got 2 motivation-y things, but that's still some motivation. So we get 2 more free days after this. I say we spend at least this one doing a fight. Maybe we spend both of them doing a fight because it's not like if we get our motivation up here, it'll help us because we don't get to do another teaching session here. So we may as well do 2 fights in a row. Great. And after this first fight, we should be able to get Ash and Ingrid up to a class so we can plate them both as monk. And won't that be a real fun thing to do next time on Fireman 3 Houses? Because regrettably, we're all out of time. I was doing lots of 2-hour episodes trying to like race ahead, but I think I should tone it back now and try to keep things things around an hour. I think I could still have a whole episode B take place at the monastery. That seems chill. I mean, we did a lot to get done here at the monastery. There was all kinds of stuff to do, and maybe even still a little more that we'll do at the beginning of next episode. But for now, it seems like we're on the end of this, so thank you very much for coming around. What's your, I'm curious if you have a favorite monastery activity that you like to do. I very, very frequently just did the dining hall ones, just because it's just fun to see everyone just chilling around and eating, having a good time. It's the closest I can get to inviting them all to a sleepover. So that would probably be my favorite. Also, plus it's a good way of doing widespread motivation rising. So it's very handy in that way, especially later on because you get way more activity points. What is the max that you get when you're at max level? I kind of forget now. Is it like 10 or something ridiculous like that? I mean, now that seems so far away. Gosh, how did I ever... I was just throwing them away in my other playthroughs. I was like, 10 activity points, sure, we'll have like 5 meals, do 3 whole tournaments. Gosh. By the way, that's my question for you. The next thing we're gonna be playing is I don't know, actually. I just remembered, right. But it'll be on screen right now because I'm recording this a little ahead of time. I've started to catch up a bit on my editing, so I've done other videos and editing since I recorded part 5 of this. That was when I did Symphonia 11 and onward, but I'm still a little ahead of it with my Fire Emblem. I've got lots of Fire Emblem and other things I need to record other things to fill in between the Fire Emblem, so it's not just all Fire Emblem. Anyhow, thank you very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here. Peace. Alright, that bomb went nowhere. Let me just throw that more usefully. I got the one in the back, so I'll just focus this one down first. Yeah! There we go. Oh, I can pull a block out here to start again. Alright, music's getting real fast because I'm bad at not dying. No, stay over there with the bombs. There we go. Where'd the head go?